I don't really want you anymore. Hey guys, I just want to start off by saying this is totally weird because my camera broke, so I'm actually using my roommate's camera right now, and it doesn't have like a viewfinder thing on the side, so I can't see myself. I don't know what's going on. Is this recording? Am I a real person? I can't validate my existence unless I can see myself in the viewfinder. So today's video is going to be part 1 of my decluttering makeup series. Holler to that. So today I'm doing powders, foundation, and concealers. So let me know in the comments down below which type of subset of makeup you would like to see me declutter next. Whether it be highlighters, bronzers, blushes, eye products, eyeshadow, lip products. Let me know. I had a lot of fun filming this, so let's just get into watching me have fun filming this, because right now I'm not having fun. I only have fun when I'm actually decluttering the products. So here is an overview of my makeup collection, and I will have my full-on makeup collection video linked down below. I did it about 5 months ago if you're interested. So I just store my makeup in this container that I got from a craft store, so it's definitely a lot smaller than a lot of like traditional makeup collection containers that you see here on YouTube, but I actually don't have like a crazy amount of makeup, I want to say, in comparison to other people who make videos, but I definitely do want to start downsizing because, as you guys can see, they're kind of like spilling into the different sections. Like, it's really hard to keep all the foundations in one quadrant now, just because I have accumulated a lot more. So for today's video, I think I'm going to be doing concealers, foundations, powders. Alright, so starting off with this one in the middle, and this is the Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer by NYX. And I really like this concealer just for like brightening the eye area, and I think that I'm definitely going to keep this one. So I'm going to put the products that I'm going to keep just to the right, and the ones that I'm going to get rid of to the left. So here is a concealer I got sent to me by Elemental Beauty, and in the summer I was actually using this non-stop in combination with the powder foundation. I haven't used it for a while though, but I'm definitely going to keep it just because I know that I do really like it. Okay, so this one is kind of a confusing one. It's the Maybelline Color Tattoo, and it's actually in the color Fierce and Tangy, and I picked this up because it was on insane sale, $3.59, holla. So originally I thought that this was just kind of like a light cream base that I could use for under my eyeshadow, but it turned out to be like very crazy orange, and some people told me to use it as an under eye concealer and then put like a regular concealer over it. And I don't really have that bad of eye circles, so I haven't really used it for that, but it is still fairly new, and I think I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna test out to see if I will use it once my makeup collection is dwindled down. So next here is the Glamouflage Concealer by Hard Candy, and it's so funny because this was actually in my most viewed video, but the color is too dark for me, so I don't really use it. So I'm definitely going to get rid of this or see if a friend wants to use it. So next I have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is a recent purchase of mine, and I do really like this. But this color is actually a little bit too dark for the purpose that I want to use it for. Like, I don't really want to use this on my face. I want to use it for brightening at the under eye area. I mean, it definitely does work if I'm wearing a foundation that's a little bit darker. So I really like it for that purposes. I just wish I got in a lighter shade, but I definitely do really love this concealer, so I'm going to keep it. So next I have the Essence Match to Cover Cream Concealer Duo here, and I'm definitely getting rid of this every single time I used it. It just full on creased. So next I have the Maybelline Color Stick Corrector Concealer, and this is a green concealer. And I actually went to Sephora to pick up a green concealer, and they didn't have any there that they could recommend for me, and they told me to go to the drugstore. So I went to Lawton's, and I've been using this actually every single day since I got it. And I really like putting this on before I put on my foundation just because it kind of helps with redness. So I definitely do recommend this, and I really like it a lot. So next I have this Hard Candy Concealer Pencil, and I literally never use this. I wouldn't want to use something like a pencil on my face for blemishes just because it is so hard in consistency, so I'm definitely going to pass this one on. So next I have a couple of the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. As you can see, one is a lot darker than the other, so I'm just going to have to get rid of this one because it is way too dark for me. And then this one is almost used up. There's still like a little bit of product in it though, so I'm just going to keep it for a couple more times. So next I have the Revlon Color Stay Concealer, and I'm not a huge fan of this, but I still do use it under my eyes. So I think that I am going to keep this one, but it's just definitely not my favorite. So here I have the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer, and this is a recent purchase of mine, and I'm actually not that impressed with it, and I really feel like you can use a product up quite quickly just because of the creamy consistency. And the reason why I'm not like really into this concealer, I think, is just because I picked up a shade that was too dark for me, and I really wanted like that very kind of bright eye look, and I am quite pale, so I think that from now on, if I want to achieve that, I definitely just have to go with like a very kind of white based concealer. So lastly, I have this concealer by The Balm, and it's called Liquid Time Balm, and it's a spot concealer. So it actually has tea tree oil in it, and I think that that's kind of a great concept for people who have problematic skin. And I have a little bit more product left in this one, so I am going to keep it. So here are my foundations, and actually I thought this was a foundation sample, but it's totally a primer. So there are a few that I want to get rid of for sure, and a couple of these here are almost finished. So I feel like I don't really have too much, but I'm just going to get into it now. So here is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation, and I bought this to use for the NYX Face Awards, and I actually only used it for that video and then a couple more times just because I just really dislike this foundation. Yeah, so it says Stay Matte But Not Flat. I definitely don't think that that is true. I feel like the foundation like really just clinged on to every kind of bad spot on my skin, and it was just so unflattering, so I'm definitely gonna pass this one on. So the next product is a new one in my collection, and it's a CC cushion by the brand called Make On, and they sent this one to me. I've only tried this out a few times. I find that the coverage is really kind of nice and natural. It doesn't have that much coverage though. I'm gonna keep it just because I feel like I haven't tried it out that much. So next I have this foundation by Elemental Beauty, and this is a foundation that goes with the concealer that I just showed you guys, and I do really like this product, so I am gonna keep it. Next I have the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Foundation, and as you guys can see, like it's definitely almost finished there. The last part of the product is just kind of on the side there, but it does come out in the pump, and I do really like this pump, although the connector to the pump actually just broke a couple days ago for me. So in order for me to finish this, I'm gonna have to like scoop it out somehow. But I am gonna keep this, and I actually do really like this foundation. Next, I have the CoverGirl CG Smoothers BB Cream Tinted Moisturizer Fair to Light, and I tried this out a couple times, and I remember not really liking it just because the coverage was so little. But I've only tried it out a couple times, and it's been like a long time since I have tried it out initially. So I am gonna keep it just to see if my opinion changes. So next I have the CoverGirl True Blend Foundation, and I do really like this one. The main thing that I don't like about this though is just how it oxidizes. So you'll put it on your skin, and then like an hour later it will be a shade darker. So when I put this on, I make sure to really blend it into my neck, and I try to wear a scarf with it just in case. But otherwise I do really like the finish of this foundation, so I am gonna keep it. So next is the Revlon Color Stay, and I absolutely adore this foundation, but for whatever reason when I picked this up, it just didn't work for me. So this is in the shade Ivory, and I find that it just doesn't look natural on my skin, so I think that I just picked the wrong shade color. And this formula is very heavy, and this is the combination / dry skin one, so I'm wondering if the one that I used to use was in the other formula, but I am going to keep this just so I can mix it in with other foundation shades. So next I have the CoverGirl Clean Whipped Cream Foundation, and I am going to throw this one out just because of sanitary reasons. I really don't like how you have to open up the lid and then like stick your finger in. I just really don't think that's sanitary, especially for a foundation. Like maybe for a blush it's not as bad, but for a foundation that you're putting all over your face, I definitely don't like that. So I am going to go ahead and get rid of this. So next I have the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup, and I'm wearing this today, and I do really like this foundation just for like a natural kind of everyday look. It is very dewy though, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for people who do have oily skin. So I definitely am going to keep this. So next I have the Maybelline Dream Nude Air Foam Foundation, and I really dislike this foundation. I feel like it just does not have enough coverage, and I do have it in another shade just because they were on sale for like straight up $1 I think at Rexall, and I was like so excited, but nonetheless they just do not work for me, so I'm gonna get rid of both shades. So lastly, on to powders, and guys, I do have to say that I actually don't think I'm gonna get rid of any because I use the Rimmel Stay Matte, the e.l.f. pressed powder, and the Clinique one pretty much interchangeably. The NYX one I haven't really used, but I want to get into it. It's the Radiant Finishing Powder. And then I have the e.l.f. High Definition Powder, which I know I used to use a lot. And then I have an HD powder by City Color Cosmetics. And then I have that little kind of sample by Furrow Cosmetics. And that is one that I probably will get rid of actually. But other than that, I think I'm gonna keep them all. So here I have the stuff that I'm getting rid of, which is on the left, and then the stuff that I'm keeping, which is on the right. So I am happy with the stuff that I'm going to be getting rid of. It's not like a crazy amount, but at the same time, I really didn't feel like I started out with that many products. Okay, so that is everything for the video. I really hope that you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see more decluttering videos, and let me know in the comments down below, like I said in the intro, what subset of products you would like to see me declutter next. And lately on Instagram, I have been going through your guys' profiles, i.e. the ones who have followed me, and I've been liking your stuff, so if you want to be incorporated into that kind of world, that world of connectedness, then you can follow me on Instagram and I will check out your pictures and I will like them. Yes.